Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. I do. I love you so much. Thank you to everyone who is booking, liking, sharing, subscribing, sending in donations, purchasing products, all the things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Pledges to the Patreon. Thank you. Like, there's just so many things that I'm just so grateful for every single one of you for. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, I hope you're having a fantastic day, whatever time it is for you, and whatever day it is for you today. For me, it's Friday right now, recording this. And it was interesting because um, hello, 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 lovely people. Um, you know how a few months ago I had taken like four decks and kind of put them together in two different decks? Well, this morning I was feeling guided to take them apart. So I don't know if that's significant. It may or may not be, but I feel like everything is significant, especially because I felt guided to do that after I had shuffled or after I had prayed, and kind of like meditated into the collective energy. So, there may be some sort of separation going on. Okay. And it doesn't have to be, I don't know. We'll see what it is. Separation can mean lots of different things, right? Maybe just a couple people going their different ways. Okay. Could be friendships, could be family, could be relationships. I'm not sure. But who knows? Let's find out. I want to start with one of the decks that I pulled apart here. We're just going to dive right in. Does anybody have any big plans for this weekend? All right. What is it collecting me to know, please? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what's going on at this time? Yeah, that's funny. And you know what? There was something that I was feeling earlier before. Yeah. Oh, goodness. That something was over. Like something was over. It could have been like a battle that you were fighting, maybe even a battle within yourself, or some sort of spiritual battle, something. But we have freedom and we have loyalty here, okay? As well as ancestors. Hell yeah, we do. Hell yeah, we do. Okay. Um, yeah, and reliability. Yeah, this is like kind of all the energy that I was feeling um, before about your collective. You're a very honest collective, okay? Um, very kind. Like there's something about your intentions are pure, right? And maybe there are some you could have been with connected to somebody or something that kind of maybe had people questioning your intentions or um, I don't know, your motives or something. I'm feeling a lot of pain in my chest too right now all of a sudden. So, um, ooh, I don't know who that is. I hope you are okay. That it does feel like it's more so in the heart chakra rather than like my actual heart, so that's good. Like not good, but but anyways, so this might be this separation, whatever it is, okay? it might not be easy, you know what I mean? But the with the heart chakra thing, I feel like also it's opening your heart chakra. Here's that number 4 4 again. We've been seeing 4 4 everywhere in these readings lately, as well as like 3 3s and all of that. So, but yeah, there's almost this energy that I feel like is honestly, I feel like they're separating themselves from you. Okay. I feel like they may have attached themselves to you, but then they're now separating themselves from you because it's like they just um, I don't even want to say that they were like competing. Um, but it really makes me feel like they were testing you. Like somebody felt I'm hearing like the audacity, right? Somebody felt like they had the I'm hearing like the credibility or like it was their position. You know what I mean? To test you, to test your loyalty or to test your reliability or like your honesty or um like the things that you say. I don't know. Yeah, it's like somebody was looking for like to see if you were like keeping any kind of secret here. Uh, and that's crazy. So I feel like there's something that's over. I feel like somebody is like just separating, like walking away, separating themselves here. I also do feel like you're being like kind of you're also being rescued, right? At the same time. It's kind of like this I don't want to call it I don't want to say rescued, but maybe at the same rescue is a good word because I don't think you were like a damsel in distress, right? It doesn't feel like that. Like it doesn't feel like that at all, right? But it does feel like it's like you're being like pulled out of a situation here, right? It's almost like this door kind of, this horse was like running through this forest, right? That maybe it like if you look, it looks a little dark back here, right? Like running through the darkness. And then all of a sudden this door pops up and it's like this horse being you, right, can see like this light on the other side, right? It's like this portal, like your ancestors just show up this portal for you to run through, right? Or if you look at this one, right, this crane here, okay, is taking her somewhere else, just swooped up and is taking her somewhere else, okay? This could also be like two people that are experiencing this at the same time, okay? Two people that are being possibly like rescued from different situations and maybe even being brought together, okay? This could tie into yesterday's message a little bit, but as far as like getting some sort of second chance or two people coming together here, but um, this is what this feels like. But it's like you had to have done something, because often, like our angels, right? They want to help us, but they don't interfere unless if we like request their assistance, right? Ancestors, angels, and things like that. Um, in certain situations. I feel like in most situations, but as a human and not an ancestor or an angel at this current state of consciousness, I don't know all of their rules. You know what I mean? So chances are there's fine lines and there's little, fine print and things like that, but yeah. Um okay. So but with this, like I said, it's like you know what's interesting is I'm actually being shown this scene on The School of Good and Bad. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but the School of Good and Bad, and I think I've talked about it here before, right? How they get in, but the scene that I'm being shown is actually where, so there is this thing where, the one girl wants the one guy, right? But she's in the school of bad and he's in the school of good, and it goes against, right, all of the rules for them to be together. Okay, but there is this test that they can go through, okay, where they go into this forest by themselves, put dropped in at two different sides, and if they find each other, right? And in the forest, there's all these different things that they have to go up against, okay? And if they find each other, okay, and then they can be together, right? If they save each other, fight for each other, whatever it is, you know what I mean? So anyway, so it gets to this point where, so her friend, right, the girl, I forget their names. I'm so sorry. I wish I had names for you. So so let me preface this. So there's a guy from the school of good and a girl from the school of bad. Okay, but this girl from the school of bad also has a best friend who is in the school of good. Okay, and so they were best friends before they went to the school. Okay, so this girl from the school of good goes into she sneaks into the forest too, right? Nobody's allowed to go in and help or anything, but she turns into a bird and she flies in there, and she saves her friend from a situation, helps her out here because she knew, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, she couldn't let her go in there by herself. So anyways, so then it got to the point where, so they defeated something, and then here comes the guy from the school of good, right? And he goes up against this like big jack-o'-lantern type of scary thing, right? And this thing is really like kind of doing a number on him. And so the girl from the school of good is telling the other girl, like, go save him. His sword is right there, like, go save him, okay? And the girl from the school of bad is like, mm-mm, she doesn't do it. So the girl from the school of good picks up the sword and goes and saves him. Okay. So, and by the end of that movie, those two end up being together, or they don't, but like they do. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that's kind of what it makes me feel like, is there is like, something there. Like there's something about that. Okay. I don't know, something about that story, something about that. It could be like the intentions behind the whole thing, right? Like the girl from the school of bad didn't want to risk, right? She was scared. She didn't want to risk her own life to save the person that she was, yeah. So, um, I don't know why I'm being shown that scene. But it does. It makes me feel like because they also had these like red flags that they could throw down anytime that they wanted to leave the forest, right? And they could be like rescued out, like I'm done. You know what I mean? And so, uh, oh, okay. Now they're showing me. So, okay. Okay. So now they're showing me the next part, right? Where when the guy from the School of Good realizes that the girl from the school of bad wasn't going to save him, right? He drops the red flag and is like, I don't want anything to do with you. Okay. And then the girl from the school of bad gets mad at at her friend from the school of good. I hope that you're following this, and I hope that I'm explaining it well. Um, because now she looks bad, right? Because she saved him. Okay, so now she drops her flag, okay, and is out. But now the girl from the School of Good is in this forest all by herself, right? Granted, she turned herself into a bird and she got back home. Everything was fine. But there's something significant about that. There's something significant about forests for sure, okay? Um, Good and bad, which I don't, there, to me, it's like, duality, right? Um, there is no good without bad, and there is no bad without good. There is no light without dark, and there is no dark without light, right? And that's kind of, that movie kind of really, uh, anyways. Um, but there's something about her being left in the forest by herself here, okay? Hmm, interesting. So maybe that's an energy that maybe you were, you know, if we take that, hmm, yeah, we could be talking about just relationships in general, relationships in which there is no real reciprocity there. Okay, like, do you got to know? But if you haven't seen that movie, by the end of the movie, the girl from the School of Bad, like, she goes all the as bad as you can go, but then she ends up like sacrificing herself, right? And then there's like this, so then it gets all flipped around, and like she saves the day, and like, you know, of course, it's always like true love's kiss that, whatever, whatever, la di da di da. Okay. So, by the end of the movie, they're friends again, everything is fine. But there's something about, it's almost like being pulled out of some sort of, energetic space, or, pulled away from, again, it's like you're being separated here, but I'm not really sure that it's like physically. Some of you, it might be physically, but for a lot of you, I feel like it's like energetically. Like this may be even like going on like in the dream world, or like the astral world, or like, you know what I mean? Like in some sort of, because there might be something about your dreams recently, or, there could have been some sort of like recent spiritual battle here that maybe was like a little bit similar. But again, it's like these, I'm going back to the separating of the decks here, and yeah, you're being, hmm, okay, let's get more. Let's see what it is. What it is, how, what's up? Can I play a good? No, God. Okay. Okay. I don't know what that is. What does he say? Can I play that in them dreams? No, he doesn't say jeans. He says something else. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've heard that song. I know he doesn't say playa right there, but that was always my remix. Um, okay, so we are actually going to turn these cards all in the upright, because I feel like I am going to start taking reversals with these. Do, a do, a do, a do, a do. Also, shout out to the Ghetto Nun. This is her deck. She has a new deck too. I haven't got it yet. I really want to get it though. If you haven't, go check her out. She's my favorite reader. Actually, she's like the only other reader I really watch. Not out of anything other than just, I mean, honestly, she was my initial inspiration, to be where I am now. And then when I, you know, in the beginning of my spiritual journey, and I got a personal reading done. Actually, I remember like yesterday, I got a reading done. Actually, for silly me, I paid for somebody to do a reading about a boy. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But anyways, and I found out in that reading that I am a gifted psychic and medium and oracle, and I was like, oh well, I've got other things I need to worry about then, huh? Anyways, I mean, I already had like that awakening, right? Like that's why how I found tarot, um, like on YouTube, but I was still in that early stage of like discovering who I was. So yeah, Michelle, you should look at her. She's awesome. She's funny. She's real. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because no, I shouldn't say it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy anymore, but we pick up on a lot of the same energy. Um, we do. Anyways, all right, moving forward. Back to you guys. I don't know why that little story was in there. How did this get? Okay. Tell me more. What do I need to know about this thing? Hmm. And honestly, the Getter probably has no idea who I am. So, like, I don't know where that came from, why you needed to know that, but she probably doesn't know. Um, okay. And that's okay. You know what I just heard? One more time, we gonna celebrate. What is that song? Um, Man, yeah, I feel like there's definitely some lower vibrational energies here that I think that you're being pulled away from. But again, it definitely feels more so in the spirit. And so this may actually, as above, so below, okay? I feel like there will be like this separation in the physical possibly coming soon for some of you here. Okay. But this, wherever you're being taken, like this, like door that you're like walking through, right? This random door that shows up for you, or like wherever this like crane is taking you, okay? It's like an energy where where it feels like there's no limits, if that makes any sense. Like not in a bad way, right? Not in a destructive type of way, but in a positive, high vibrational, no limit type of way here. Okay. Um, yeah, I feel like there's somebody that's been like spying on you, or even like something about like hacking into your stuff or something. Um, Some of you might actually be like moving, like a physical move. Okay. Also, for some of you, there's this energy of you've been there's something you've been praying on, okay? Like a transition or like wanting to come out of some sort of lack, or maybe you've like, there's like maybe you've been like praying for like some type of miracle, right? Like, I don't know, it feels like an impending situation that might be detrimental, right? And it's almost like right at the exact right time, right? That door shows up and you can just like run through it. And all of those, all of whatever that situation was is left behind. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like it through the door, right? It's in that dark forest. It's not coming with you as you're like running out of this forest through this door. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like there's something about also like trusting this divine timing. Okay, it that could be where this like heaviness was. I mean, honestly, it felt more like a pain, is like this fear a little bit here. Okay. Um, of like what's next, or like what's going to happen, or I don't know, maybe a little worry, or you know what, also, okay, you're being rescued from like a divine partnership, okay, that like they didn't do what they were supposed to do, right? So it's you're again there, here comes this door, okay. Ah ha ha, there it is, collective. Okay, there was a divine partnership that was um, planned, right? Okay, or whatever. Okay, and one or the other, okay, didn't do what they were supposed to do, right? Didn't overcome those fears and grab that sword and save you from that jack-o'-lantern, okay? They didn't, all right? And so you're it's like you're being rescued out of that forest, yes? And there's a new connection, right? And this is saying, you know, maybe next lifetime. There, you know, maybe next lifetime you'll get it right, right? That I feel like that's the divine saying that to this person. And not in like, you know, I'm really feeling a lot of grace with that. I also feel a lot of grace coming from you with that as well. Okay, as far as like, well, you know, maybe we'll get it next lifetime. Okay, or maybe, you know what I mean, like I get it, you know, I've been there, I've been in that state of mind. Okay, it's all good. It is all good. Do what you gotta do. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and check out of this forest here. All right. I'm gonna call my crane friend and we out this bitch. Okay. Because I've been staying in this forest. This is you, collective, right? You've been staying in this forest, almost fighting this jack-o'-lantern, just would like just continuously fighting all of these things that are coming at you here, waiting on this person to grab that sword to save you. And again, it's like almost like, you know what, your ancestors, everyone is in agreement that it is no longer your responsibility to fight this fight. You have met all of the, you know what I mean? You have fought literally every species that was in the forest up until this point. You know what I mean? And you just kept going. And really, honestly, it's time for you to experience uh, life in a I'm hearing in a limitless way. Okay. So if this is not like a, I feel like we're talking about some sort of divine union here for a lot of you, okay? But put it how it resonates. You know, this could also be a soulmate situation, and soulmates come in all different forms, shapes, and sizes, right? Could be like pets. It could be, which I don't see how, like, you know, pets are pretty loyal. Like they're gonna grab the sword. You know what I mean? But I mean like friends or family, or you know what I mean? Because for a lot of you, this is a situation in which like you could have been waiting on a parent or somebody to come fucking get their shit together. You know what I mean? Like not necessarily waiting on them, but like fighting off some sort of demons or something, almost like protecting them in the spirit here. And they're just not doing anything. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to go ahead and go, right? Like, I love you. You know what I mean? Like, I came through your birth canal, you know? But thank you for providing that path for me to be here. You know, but here's my thing is I'm tired. That's what I'm feeling from you, collective. And I've got to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. And you know, that's this energy. So it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense what's going on here, what's happening right in front of me. Because honestly, this person's energy, like this is the only like this is the energy that I feel like is you here. This Erica Badu plus all of these other energies behind these cards. But this person is kind of in this energy of like, you know, we have Boys in the Hood, we have Nirvana. I've never seen the movie Black Panther, but I also know that is there's more to that than just like um, than a movie, right? Like I actually need to do some research on the Black Panthers. I would like to do that actually. Anyways, moving forward, we can't know it all. Okay. But I know that there's more to that. Okay. So, that just might be a synchronicity here. Okay. Yeah. The kin part, like the family. Okay. Um, my goodness. That's so loud. Do you hear my snack? My snack. All right, guys. So, let's see. What's next? What's next? Because I do really feel like you're being pulled out of this situation, right? This is a, and not only you're being pulled out, but it has to do, you made a decision somehow. Okay. And this person, I mean, for some of you, this is somebody that like maybe you would have like really, you know, at one point in your life, like, you know, walked to the end of the earth for, right? But it's just like, I can't keep fighting these battles for you. Okay. Like this, you could have been, honestly, this is somebody that you could have been connected to, uh, you know, that was going through a lot of like spiritual battles, right? You know, if we're talking about like them, you know, you fighting off all of these like, you know, creatures in this forest for them, okay? And you're realizing like by staying attached to this person, I'm fighting their battles, right? Like, yuck. You know what I mean? Like, how are they ever going to learn how to fight their own battles? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how are they ever going to learn that? Um, it's like, you know, I could continue to catch this person fish every day, or I could teach them how to fish. But honestly, here's my thing. I feel like you tried to teach this person how to fish, but they didn't want to learn how to fish. They just wanted you to keep catching the fish for them, right? And it's almost like, okay, well, maybe they just need a little bit of time, right? Like maybe they just need, I don't know, maybe they just need me to show them a little bit more. Maybe they just need, I don't know. And finally you're just like, yeah, no. I'm hungry, so I'm done here. All right? Like you're eating all the fish that I'm catching and I'm starving. Okay? Like yeah. This is what's going on. Somebody, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see here. What else? I like this message. I like this message a lot. Okay. I'm going to make a post in the community board, sorry, a little announcement, where we can all share books. Okay, I know a lot of you have been talking about, I've seen lots of comments about starting a book club here with our collective, and I'm not sure exactly how to do that just yet, but I'd like a good place to start. So I think that's a good place to start of just like suggested books, okay, and things of that nature. If you don't like to read, you don't like to read, right? Like that's okay. You don't have to be a part of it. That's, you know what I mean? Like nobody's mad. Um, but just for anyone that's interested. So I'll make that community post today. And you can just leave comments with like, either the link to the book or, whatever it may be. But yeah, I would like to start doing that. And it could be like literally anything. Like it's not restricted to spirituality. I mean, we could post books that are like, fiction, things that, because I like fiction books as well. I like a good story. I feel like there's also everything has meaning. So if you're drawn to it, it has some sort of lesson in there. I've found even in the fiction books. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they don't feel so fiction to me. Michelle, I'm with you. I audible a lot too because I don't have a lot of time to sit down and read. So like the actual books that I have, it takes me a while to get through them. But I'm a big um, audible gal as well, just while I'm doing stuff around the house. Um, yeah, look, wicked game. Somebody, okay, so now that I feel like they've been kind of left in the forest here, um, somebody might be struggling, okay? They might be struggling. And some of you might be realizing, like, holy shit, I've been fighting this person's battles this whole entire time. This whole entire time. Like there might even be like a little bit of like, I don't want to say resentment, but like frustration, right? Like you understand, you know what I mean? But like, but when you realize that you've been this person's shield, you know what I mean? And that they literally have been holding you like a shield, like you there might need to be you might need to do some forgiving, okay? To be honest with you, okay? Because when you realize that somebody, yeah, you might be a little bit upset, especially if it's like somebody like a family member, right? Like I'm imagining like finding out that like a parent, right, has been like, look, karmic ties, exactly. A parent has been doing this, okay? And for some of you, and it's like, I know as a parent, that is the most unfathomable thing. Like, I can't even imagine, like, what? Oh, shit. And, we talk about mirroring a lot, so there might be somebody else that's experiencing this at the same time. Okay. We've been, there's a lot of like symbolism or synchronicity around flying as well. Okay. Um, So it could be like an airplane, right? Like, or like some like birds or butterflies, or like, you know, um, like taking flight in some sort of area in your life here, okay, after separating from this person, because suddenly you have all of, or this, whatever it is, right? Because suddenly you have all of this, if you can imagine, right, the energy and the time that it would take to be somebody else's spiritual shield, because I'm imagining that this person is actually um like they're causing problems in order, it's almost like they're calling in these energies for you to battle. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, it seems kind of fucked up, but but it's like, I don't know, it makes me feel like there's a huge weight that's being dropped here, okay? And so it's like, holy shit, I can fly. Who knew? I could fly. I didn't even know because it was so heavy before, right? My wings couldn't lift me and that person up. Are you joking? Too heavy. They're too heavy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, some of you are shedding a huge weight, okay? And if it's not a person, it is something inside of you, like a fear or a perception, okay? It could be religious fear, all right? It could be, but again, I feel like this involves a person, but just put it where it fits, okay? Okay. Okay, so air signs and earth signs might be significant, but look, now we have divine partnership is here, okay? Okay. Hey. Look, I'm telling you, this card says nightmares, and she's in a forest, and there's a door right there with a light, and there's a skeleton behind the door. I can't make this stuff up. I can't. And she's a child as well. So this really could have been going on, maybe even since you were a child. Okay. Somebody could have been doing some freaking spiritual ass shit. Okay. Since you were a child, but using you as the shield to protect them from whatever would be returned to them, knowing that they're doing this, like, you know malice stuff, you know what I mean, like knowing that it would have to go somewhere, right? And just knowingly just putting you out there as this shield of like, hey, he or she collective, they'll take it all. They'll take it all, right? Like just straight up sacrificing your life for their own pleasures here, okay? Or their own doing here, okay? That's crazy to me. That is wild. Yeah, but here's, mhm. But because you're like you're being rescued from this, you know what I mean? Like you're running through that door or that crane is swooping you up or all of the above here, okay? It's like all of the sudden, right? So now all of these energies and all of these entities that were in this forest that you were like fighting off for this person, it's like now all their eyes have turned to this person or this energy or this whatever it is, okay? And it's like we got you now. We got you now. Okay. Like, I almost feel like a lot of these energies didn't even feel right coming towards you. Okay. For some of you, again, it's like going back to that, when we were talking about that, defeating the dragon, right? She befriended the dragon. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah, somebody quite literally might actually pass away from this, from all of the spiritual work that they've done. All right, or from all of the, and you know what? If it's not actual like baneful magic or things like messing with other people's energy or things like that, it's like manipulation and like um like gang stalk. There's something that somebody has been doing here, okay, that has put you in some sort of position, and you, again, like I said, selflessly have been continuing to fight this battle for them. But I heard enough is enough. Enough is enough. Okay, it's time to just like you got to get going. You know what I mean? Like there's shit you got to do. You can't just be fighting this person's battles all the time. And that's what your ancestors are saying. They're like, "Listen, we have this divine union here for you, another one, okay? Like it could be like for again, for some of you this is a family member, okay? And 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 you need it's time for you to come into divine union. We have romance here with eternal wisdom, but for others of you, this was a partner that was meant to be, you two were meant to come together. But I feel like this person may have been struggling with this for several lifetimes, to be honest with you. It almost makes me feel like, when you really kind of, you may be going through some sort of remembrance, some sort of past life once you make this decision to run through this door, okay? Because some of you, it's like this energy, like this little girl right here, right? She sees the door, she sees the light, okay? But it's like, I don't know, should I go? Should I leave him? Right? That's your selflessness right there. That's your empathy right there. Like I don't think I can leave them here. Like even though they've created this whole thing, and again, wicked game at the bottom of the deck here. So it's like, but your ancestors are like, you owe this person nothing. You have no, you have no, what's the word, please? Royalties to this person. Thank you. Thank you. Um, and loyalties here, okay, to this person at this point. Royalties? I don't think that was right. It was loyalties for sure. Royalties. Huh. Anyways, moving forward. Yeah, and so it's almost like I feel like your ancestors might even catch you off guard a little bit. Okay, it's like when we go back to that original horse card here. Okay, it's like you were just like running through the forest. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden this door pops up, and you just like run through it, and you're like, oh shit, hey, you know. But I really feel like this is happening because there's something else that you need to be doing with your energy besides fighting this person's battles. Fighting off this person's karma, okay? Truly. You have other shit that you need to do. Because I feel like you've been working on yourself, okay? Fighting this person's battles, fighting your own battles, maybe even raising children, trying to, what, there's all kinds of things. You probably working a full-time job, like just I don't there's probably so many things um that you are just trying to do, and can you imagine just the relief, okay? Um of, of just being responsible for you and yours, okay? Because that's what this feels like. It's like I'm not responsible, especially if this is like, I feel like this is a whole adult. You know what I mean? Like, you're an adult. Yeah. What's this communication? Yeah, we have liberation here and big adventures. This is where your limitlessness, your life without limits is showing up here, okay? Yeah. Some of you are really shifting into your north node, okay, and really connecting with your higher self at this time. Like it's almost like I'm seeing kind of, I don't know if this is on a movie, but it feels like it would be on a movie. Actually what I'm seeing is, let me find it. Let me find it, darlings. In this deck, the High Priestess. Do you hear Maui out there? I'm such a good boy. Okay, so on this High Priestess card, right? It's like this is her physical body and this is her higher self. And they're like touching hands here, okay? Like I don't know if you can see it very well. Um, uh, it's kind of hard to see. You can kind of see it, but anyways, it's like you two like kind of like really like coming together. You know what I mean? It's like going from just touching hands to like just, you know what I mean? Like this higher self just really kind of walking into your human body. Do you see what I'm saying? Like coming together. Okay. Um, yeah. Yeah. Um, Look, we have traveling. Boop. Mm-hmm. Look, this says escape because you have pure intentions here. Okay. It's very clear. It's very clear um, that you are pure. Okay. And I don't know if somebody was trying to take that away from you, but it can't, because I heard that can't be taken away from you. Okay? Like it just can't. So, I love this. I love this. So the energy, it makes me feel like it might be beginning to feel a lot better here, okay? Maybe you've been getting a lot of rest lately, okay? Because of course, if you've been fighting somebody else's battles for an extended amount of time, all right, you're gonna feel pretty exhausted here, okay? Um, Look, Sun card, clarity. Hello, hello. Some of y'all been fighting battles and you thought that they were your own, and you're like, this doesn't feel right. I don't like this. What the fuck is going on, right? love you guys. Halo and Shelly, I totally get that. Uh, you guys. You know what I mean? It's you. It's you, babe. And I'm a sucker for the way that you move, babe. All right, we're going to get some final messages on this. Ah. All right, final messages. Also, when I looked up, it was 5552 on the timer. So 555 again. Lots of changes. Just being totally rescued. I kind of want to also pull from this deck to see if the rescued card comes out, just because I love it's so fun for me when when the divine shows up like that. Always. Anyways, moving forward. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, this is pretty much just saying exactly everything that I just said, basically, right? We have the, you've had some sort of resilience over this chaos, right? This just straight up chaos. Okay, so somebody could have been doing like some sort of like chaos magic or something like that. All right, but things are balancing out here. All right, these people, whoever might be, I feel like they're definitely experiencing some endings here. Again, with this skull, honestly, like I hate to even put this out there, but I do feel like somebody might be passing away. Okay, because of this, it's like I don't know if their body can handle everything that might be coming towards them because of it is like this is very relentless energy here. Okay. Um, yeah. And I really don't know that they ever thought that you would love yourself. Like I really am unsure that it's almost like this is somebody that has been doing this for such an extended amount of time that it's like there's no way that they could ever learn to love themselves if they're constantly fighting all of these battles, right? If they're constantly fighting all of these demons. But you sure as shit are doing it, okay? Excuse my language, but you freaking are. You know what I mean? And it's like, look at this judgment card, right? It's like this hand, right? Somebody thought that they had you, they buried you. Somebody thought that they buried you in this forest, okay? And you're like, no, I'm still here. Yeah, because you have wings and you can fly, okay? Yeah, I love this. I love this message. And there's something about like I feel like in that energy, right? You've actually like probably made a lot of achievements, but you're being rescued here again, going back to that limitlessness, that limitless. Why do I want to say that so many times? Uh, uh, there's about to be a lot of upgrades here, okay? Because again, it's like you've been doing this work, you've been learning how to love yourself, okay? You've been, not only fighting your own demons, but fighting the other demons and defeating them, okay? All of the demons, right? So it's like I feel like there's going to be like quick, sudden, major upgrades in your physical reality here. All right. Yeah, there's major rebirth in this. Major rebirth in this. Okay. And everything that this person has done has actually made you like a whole, like, it, like, turned you into like this, like, super duper human, right? You were always like a superhuman, right? Like a, um, I heard like a Mega Man or like a, you know, somebody from the Umbrella Academy or like, but it's like, but because of this, like you really had to like build up some, some stamina, some muscle, some, resilience, some, all of these different things. Like it's like they honestly, at the end of the day, they helped you because at the end of the day, you came here for a reason, right? And part of that reason is actually to put this person back where they belong. Okay? It's like you knew coming into this lifetime exactly what you were going up against. And you knew that you could handle it, right? Um and so really at the end of the day, although this person's intentions were not necessarily they weren't good, right? uh God always prevails, right, and turns it around in your favor because your heart is pure. End of story. And with that, I drop the mic. Yeah. So divine timing. All right. So I've explained this before, but I'll explain it again. So divine timing is actually, so I feel that there is God's timing and there's divine timing. And I feel divine timing is what is in your control. Okay. You pull in things, what you put energy into is what you get back, right? So it's like getting prepared for, it's like, say you want to, it basically, it feels like it's like manifesting in a way, or doing the shadow work to align yourself to a better life. The choices that you make is what creates divine timing, in my opinion. Okay, this is my opinion. But then there's always God's timing, because um God's plan is always, the plan that you co-created with God before you came here, that you like kind of signed off on, right? Like that contract or whatever. Like it's like we forget about that a little bit. We slowly remember as we go on through this lifetime, but um it's like this energy of like knowing that there was a bigger, better plan. If it doesn't, uh God's timing is always right on time. Basically, like things that are out of our control. Okay, but there are things that are in our control. Okay, and that's what divine timing is to me. Oh my gosh, Shelley, that would be amazing. A retreat in Thailand with the elephants. Woo! So again, for example, divine timing would be taking the time to go within, to do the shadow work, to align your internal self with your external self, what you desire. Okay. That is doing things on divine timing. Okay. That is what's in your control. But yeah, there are things uh, that aren't in our control. Okay, because our human brain can't fathom the bigger plan all the time, right? We can't see all the puzzle. We don't have the whole, in front of us here. There's pieces that may be missing or whatever it is, right? And we don't know, how it may, say, for instance, again, it's like going back to, they're reminding me of, like, say you one day you're leaving for work, right, and you can't find your keys, okay, but then you, like, pass an accident once you finally find the keys, right? That to me is like a God thing, right? Like, I mean, there's more to that, but it's like there's things that we can't see per se, especially those of us, even those that are super tapped in, okay? Like, there's just things that you can't see, all right? So and for anyone that says that they know everything, they know nothing. Okay. But yeah, so um, yeah, it's that type of energy here. Uh, I don't, what? Anyways, yep. Yeah. Okay, so he does have like a dog, like a doggy sitter here in town, and she's awesome. He's been there a few times. He does great over there. He does. And she keeps them, she has it's like a in-home boarding thing. And she has like all these different areas. She keeps the dogs separated. They love them over there. So, love you too. Yeah. Yeah, and she's pretty affordable and she's really awesome and she sends pictures all the time. You know what I mean? And videos and stuff, and yeah, he does really good over there. So, anyways, I do want to apologize to anyone that's on Patreon. I didn't get to the water sign reading yesterday. I'm going to get that up today, as well as Divine Feminine reading on Patreon. Okay. That information is in the description box below. And I'm not sure if there was any other announcements. Oh, I love you guys. Definitely holding space. All right, folks. I'm gonna jump. Got lots of stuff to do. Nope, not gonna make that announcement yet. All right. Thank you. It's so funny. I get so excited about things and they're like, no, because it's like, I know you guys are like, yeah, right. You're sending energy to do it, right? But then there's people that also are lingering in the shadows that are like, you know. But we're moving to a time of limitlessness, aren't we? But all right, guys. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I hope you have a fantastic day. And we'll talk soon, okay? Limitless chocolate. Man, I would have loved that in the old timeline. But now, okay, before I go, I want to tell you something really funny. Um, so I used to have this like really bad thing with chocolate, right? Like every day the kids would make fun of me because we would literally leave the house just so I could go get a bag of M&Ms, right? Like, kids, I need my M&Ms. Let's go. You know, like straight up addiction, I feel like, okay? Anyways, now I get a bag of M&Ms sometimes and it takes me like 3 or 4 days to eat them. Used to I would just like, you know, it's just funny how things change. That's all. All right. I love you. We'll talk soon.